what do you have for us in critical thinking?
Well, I want to continue our discussion here on kicking the can down the road and ask all of you if you are kicking something down the road. You know, we're kicking quite a few things down the road. We're kicking our fiscal policy down the road, Social Security and Medicare. A lot of states have kicked their pension obligations, their pension liabilities, their budgets. They've kicked them down the road. Housing, we've kicked down the road. Saudi Arabia is kicking its problems down the road. China's kicking a lot of its problems down the road. What are you kicking down the road? And what will the result of that be?
Well, what if someone is using credit cards to fund their lifestyle?
If someone is using credit cards to fund their lifestyle,
kicking down the road.
People are using credit cards to fund their lifestyle. You know they are. Absolutely. And they're kicking down the road. So what's the result of that?
Well, eventually their credit card is cut off and
their lifestyle changes.
Their lifestyle changes.
And then they have this mounting debt. You know, you can't get rid of credit card debt in bankruptcy. They have this mounting debt that they eventually get into even more trouble with. You know, if you had to pay credit card interest for the rest of your life, all of a sudden you've made your problems much, much worse. And so the idea of ignoring the problem, you know, kicking the can down the road, if you take the time to solve the problem,
yeah, that could work.
Then you've kind of bridged the gap. So if you know you need a short-term loan because of a cash flow problem in a business, well, that's one way to kick the problem down the road, fix the problem, and then pay back the loan. But if it's continual and you're just kicking the can down the road hoping that something will change, that can be a real problem. So when you're critically thinking about your situation, what are you kicking down the road that you eventually need to solve? The faster you solve it, the better off you'll be.
That sounds good.
Yeah. So.
And what is your takeaway?
So the takeaway is kicking the can down the road provides short-term relief and time to fix the underlying problem. But instead of fixing it, if you just hope it'll go away, you're making matters worse. It wouldn't be surprising to anyone that until the underlying problem is fixed, the real solution hasn't been found.